the American multi-billionaire gave a clear answer to the potential takeover of Liverpool amid the FSG sale. It's been 2 weeks since it was revealed that Fenway Sports Group had put Liverpool up for sale. Since then, it has been a hot topic of conversation when it comes to the Reds. Liverpool president Tom Werner and FSG partner Sam Kennedy confirmed the reports were true, and admitted they believe the American group will still be at the helm for the foreseeable future. FSG will not sell the club to the wrong party. Many names have connected with Liverpool so far. These include Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani, Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment and Dubai International Capital. Even former two-weight UFC champion Conor McGregor threw his hat into the ring. Still, the investment is thought to come from another US-based party, and Steve Ballmer's name is mentioned. Ballmer is the former CEO of Microsoft, whose fortune is estimated at $80 billion, according to Forbes. He owns the NBA team Los Angeles Clippers since 2014 and bought it for $2 billion. Indeed, Ballmer is someone who, on paper, can fit Liverpool's bill. Being named the NBA's best owner in 2020 underscores his reputation. While FSG has reportedly put a £4 billion price tag on the Reds, Ballmer has the fortune to have these funds. That said, it appears that Ballmer is unlikely to break into the Premier League ownership world. According to LA Times reporter Sam Farmer, Ballmer was asked in a recent interview if he would be interested in buying another sports franchise. And Ballmer insisted that all his focus was on the Clippers, which seems to exclude it from a potential Anfield purchase. Farmer said, "I see there is a rumor linking Steve Ballmer and Liverpool Football Club. While I don't claim to know this to be true, I do know that when I sat down with Ballmer recently and asked him if he would be interested in buying another sports franchise, he said no. And that was a definite no. He said he had spent enough time focusing on the Clippers and now he's building a new arena for them. He said he wasn't interested in dedicating time to another team." Of course, since this conversation was before Liverpool was put up for sale, many questions may remain in mind. There are serious allegations that Ballmer was closely involved in the sale of Liverpool and was following the developments. While Farmer's words were clear, he may have changed his mind. No matter how we look at it, the wealth of businessmen communicating with Liverpool draws attention. It is certain that the names associated with Liverpool have enormous fortunes. Although the club has achieved many successes in the management of FSG, it is one of the issues complained by the fans that the club does not spend the desired amount of money on the transfer. The vast majority of new owners are in the sport and have the wealth to offer really high budgets. It will not be a dream for Liverpool to sign record transfers in the near future. Liverpool has the Ecuadorian national team on their radar. There's always a dark horse in every tournament that endears itself to impartial fans, and while Qatar is steeped in controversy, it's inevitable that the 2022 World Cup will have one too. It is not yet clear who this will be. Sure, those like Denmark or perhaps Canada will want to include themselves in this conversation, but one team that may have slipped under the radar is Ecuador. Ecuador, which is third in CONMEBOL, 2 points behind Uruguay, included teams such as Colombia and Peru, and they did so with a relatively young squad. On opening day, they won the hosts comfortably 2-0, marking a first in World Cup history. No home team has ever lost in a World Cup so far. Ecuador broke that record and reversed it. With an average age of only 25.6, Ecuador will be one of the youngest teams to compete in Qatar, and they are in a tough group. On paper, qualifying for the round of 16 looks pretty tough even from this point on for the weaker dogs in this group, but Ecuador definitely has the special abilities to surprise a few. It is a very tough side that has lost only one game in the last 11 played and won a draw against teams like Brazil and Argentina. Combine that with their relative youth, Ecuador is a team to consider, especially from the Liverpool perspective. One of the country's greatest talismans is Moises Caicedo, the heartbeat of the midfield, who will provide strong cover for an already relatively solid defensive line throughout the tournament. Linked to his move to Liverpool by the Daily Mirror, whose price tag is £85 million, the club's scouts will certainly be watching him closely at the tournament, meaning some of Caicedo's teammates could draw attention to themselves as well. Another highly rated Ecuadorian player is Piero Hincapié, currently developing under Xabi Alonso in the Bundesliga. Given his versatility and composure on the ball, he's bound to catch the eye of Liverpool watchers. Caicedo's Brighton teammate Pervis Estupiñán is another name to watch. On offense, Gonzalo Plata has the speed and agility to cause a lot of trouble to the defenders. He fits the profile Liverpool's scouts are looking for and definitely has the potential to showcase himself in the tournament. Meanwhile, along with Caicedo, Carlos Gruezo is building a strong midfield wall for Ecuador's rivals that will be hard to knock down. A well-organized team with many talents is under surveillance by Liverpool scouts. They're still in the group stages and may falter, but given their youth, they'll definitely be back for another tournament in the future. Liverpool's interest in Moises Caicedo has continued since the summer, and his now World Cup presence triggers him to be more observable, while also allowing his teammates to follow the Liverpool scouts closely. Leipzig are ready to sell the midfielder to Liverpool in January. According to German sources, Jürgen Klopp's Liverpool may sign Konrad Laimer from Leipzig in the January transfer window, and the Bundesliga club is willing to sell the 25-year-old midfielder. It has been claimed that Liverpool are looking for a new midfielder and are interested in Laimer. The 25-year-old's contract in Leipzig expires at the end of the season, and the Bundesliga club are ready to sell him in January rather than forfeit for free next summer. We have already mentioned the interest in Laimer in the summer. In fact, the Austrian player had already announced that the offer came in the last days, and he stayed with the team because the club did not want to leave him. However, according to the reports, the interest of the Reds still continues. Liverpool love Laimer and want to sign him. If Liverpool really want to sign him, they should try to strike a deal with Leipzig in the January transfer window, because they may face a lot of competition for the Bundesliga midfielder to be released. It is unlikely that Leipzig will make too many demands on transfer fees for the 25-year-old mid-season. But the question mark in this transfer is Laimer's injury. The Austrian player suffered a syndesmosis ligament tear and is expected to return in January at the earliest. The 25-year-old has only played 4 games in the Bundesliga this season, without scoring or assisting. While it has been reported that Laimer will be in full form until the start of the season, it's sure to be a major concern for Liverpool, who have suffered a lot from injuries this season. Being 25 years old, he is still open to development and has time to move up the career ladder. Moreover, it is said that Klopp admired him. But Liverpool definitely shouldn't sign him as a headliner. Liverpool midfield needs alternative players and Laimer can really contribute a lot in this role. Moreover, it seems like a very logical transfer to join the Reds with a discounted price tag. Do you think Laimer should be transferred?